but I'm blessed to be in front of you right now. My name is Larry Williams. It's the TMI generation. So I'm blessed to be in front of you guys for another great video, as well as, live. So I'm a firm believer of, of patterns and processes, right? So through the grace of God, I was able to retire from UPS 10 years ago this year. So I'm so thankful. But along the way, I learned a process that I feel that can help a lot of people. So I'm blessed to have you amongst this video, and I appreciate if you share this with anybody, because we never know who we can help. Okay, so in the beginning, I feel that God gave us parameters. Of course, you have, time, space, and matter. And if you know anything about that, you know the great Myron Golden, because he goes over this a lot as well, right? So when you look at the be, do, have, going as the parameter, time, space, and matter, right? You often look at a seed. If you know anything about a seed grow down in darkness first because it's getting the roots. That's similar to our veins, right? Same way when you was a baby, as you grow into a teenager. This where it started getting interesting at. So God wants us to be more, which you're becoming, which will make you do more, right? You'll take an action on the idea. As you be persistent and consistent of that what you're doing, you start to break through the soil, right? So just like the seed, it get its roots, and only when it gets strong enough, that's why they always say that only the strong will survive. You start to push up through the soil, right? And only when you be persistent enough, that's what you're doing. Do. So you're pushing up. Then, as you continue to do that, be consistent enough, believing in something that you can't see yet, because this is underground, then you eventually have the fruit of thy labor from the sun, right? But only when you do, will you have, right? Same way with us over here. As a baby, you're being something. As you continue to grow with your thought process, you become a teenager with different thoughts that's creating a different reality for you, right? Now, anything that you want to persist in that may be new, right? You may think it's hard when it's really new. And it's just our viewpoint. Like if you tell yourself that something is hard, your mind gonna identify that as hard, and it's gonna create the reality of it being hard, right? But it's really just new. So as you be persistent of that, so let's just say even when you're working out, that's a God intention, right? You're becoming something by wanting to go work out. It's gonna hurt before it feels good, because you're breaking the soil. Remember, you're breaking that soil. So you continue to be persistent, then eventually you get your muscles, right? As an adult. You see, even if you're a teenager, if you're doing this same pattern, if you're knowing this now, be, do, have. That's the recipe, right? Be, you're becoming. That becoming makes you want to do something. You do that enough. You do that enough. It don't have no time on it because it's a process. You're transforming. You do that enough, then you have muscles, which are the results in this world. Same way with the tree. The tree had its roots. It had to get stronger. Then it started being more persistent, moving up, breaking through the soil. Then it gave it the fruits. So think about this in every aspect of our life, whether it's finances, whether you want to become healthy, you're going to have to be it before you have the results. See, most people don't want to be. then do, then have. I'm going to show you the process that they gave us when we were younger. A lot of our grandparents and our parents did it backwards. They did have, do, then be. That's backwards. Imagine that mentally though, right? Imagine you doing it mentally. So think about it. And I want you to think about your life and different people in your life right now. They feel like they have to have something, be in perfect order, have a lot of money before they even think about doing something. So that shows you most people stay right here their whole life because they feel or they think with their free will of thinking that they have to have something before they do something and then become something. And that's why a lot of people don't become nothing because they put it at the end instead of at the beginning like God wanted. So just think about it. Imagine the tree doing it. Imagine the tree have, do, be. That's backwards. So it's going to bear fruit first. Then it's going to do. It's going to go in the ground. Then it's going to make its veins. And the roots, that don't even make sense. So that's why a lot of people stay. And look what this be at, right? Darkness. Look at this. All this up on the ground. Look at this. Roots, veins. You're a baby. You're a teenager. You're mine. Then it becomes an adult, right? So when you look at all this down here, if you're focusing on having something before you do something, you may not become nothing. But if you focus on becoming within your mind, you're believing something before you physically can see it, that will make you want to do something, take an action on something. Then eventually you'll have results in the world, right? So a lot of times we as people, we already know Hosea 4th chapter 6th verse. A lot of people don't want to learn anymore. It's the lack of information. Back in the day, people used to run to people that had information. They'll sit at their feet because they wanted to learn, right? But nowadays, if you have knowledge, people like, I don't want to hear all that because they don't want to learn because they want to keep up with society. So check this out again. I want y'all to look at it. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Look at that pattern. Imagine if you're doing that in your life, right? If you're focused on the darkness, you're just stay at the bottom. You would never become nothing. But if you're focused on the sun, as the tree, you're going up. You're focusing yourself up. You're getting stronger. It causes you to do. Then you have the fruits of your labor. Same way as an adult. You're a baby. When you come into the world, that's why they say, okay, you're born into sin, right? You're born into sin because your parents, which stand for parents, your parents end up already been living. So they have their own belief that they're putting on you. So imagine if you come into this world, they teach you to have, do, be. Your mind from 0 to 7 is in theta. So by the time you become a teenager, you think you're you, when really your mind is still right here. Because you're going off what our parents taught us. That's why a lot of us, even in 2026, still going off of this. I feel like I got to have something. I feel like I got to have a lot of money lined up. Then I do something and then I become something. And you can risk not becoming anything. So try focusing on become more. Even if it's just a small step, even if you just went to the gym and you got on the treadmill for 2 minutes, that's enough. You're becoming, because that caused you to do that. The more you do that, the more you'll have that, which is muscles. Same way with finances, same way with business. Be, do, have, right? So feel free to get your free guide at www.10mygeneration.com, showing you how to become more valuable. But also make sure you go to www.10mygeneration.com/blogs and get a bird's eye view of my thoughts, because I write a lot of blogs and I would love for you to sign up and be able to put your comments based on what you read in the blog. So go ahead and wrap this up, but I feel like this right here is going to help a lot of people grow, man. And I'm just blessed to be in a position to learn that my wisdom is not for me. Once you learn that your wisdom is not for you, and you go on this magnificent journey to learn how to serve people better than what you were taught when you were coming up, it feels good. It feels good to be able to show people, you know, something that people come back to me and be like, Larry, you know, hey, thank you for that. You helped me look at something in a better way. And that just, for me, it makes me feel good that I'm doing what God and me wants me to do. So, I thank y'all so much. But yeah, check this out, man. And yeah, peace and blessings to you and your family. Yep, we'll see y'all on the next video.